Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am just thinking about maybe doing some of the 9. I've got 9 there, 9 there, 9 there. So the 9 is actually a little blue, and so I'm just going to take a little bit of that out. I'm not sure if I'm doing this correctly. I haven't. The last time I did a paint by numbers, I sort of started from the top more, but I don't know, I seem to have sort of got myself in a bit of a pickle really. So as always, I do water the paint down a little bit, otherwise I find it's too thick, and I'd much rather go back over it and then start blending stuff in. It does make for a better finish at the end there. So number 9, just going to start. Gosh, that's a lot of paint that I feel that's on there. Let me just... Oh, I left them in there last time. That's not very good, is it? Left them in the water. That's not very good at all. Gosh, that was a bit silly. Silly. Okay. Let's get this paint off, look. To be honest with you, I'm going to go for the smaller brush anyway, I think. So, just doing a little bit of the 9. Coming in there. I'm kind of like really struggling with my glasses, and I found that I made another video and I couldn't work out how to upload it correctly. So my son's sort of gone through it with me now, and I've got reading glasses, but which I'm using, but I've also got computer glasses, and the computer glasses don't seem quite right for this, and the reading glasses don't. So I'm kind of like working a little tad blind really. Not totally blind obviously, but yeah, a bit of an eye strain going on. I do suffer with daily cluster migraines, and that actually does affect my eyesight quite a lot. Earlier I had a big blur just in the right eye, and because I get them all day, every day, even through the night, I'm never quite sure what my symptoms are going to be as they happen. So yeah, can be a bit of a surprise. But yeah, complete blur on the right side there earlier. It seems to have come back a little bit again now, but I am struggling to see. I don't think it's helped because I've been out in the glorious sun. Absolutely fantastic weather out there. I've been doing some gardening, and again just really struggle obviously with the sunlight, etc., but oh, it lifts your spirits, really does. I do have Polaroid glasses which cuts out the lateral light. That does seem to help quite a bit when I'm out in anything that's too bright, or if I have to go to the shops or anything like that. So this eye, I think, will just suddenly come together. I'm not worried about the edges too much because I can go back over them. So yeah, I don't worry too much. I'll be going back over a lot of this anyway, and like I said, I can blur it in, blend it in later on. That's what I did with my other one anyway. It actually turned out really nice. I got it framed. I'm not sure how to frame this one. The last one that I did was on a hard backed bit of canvas, whereas this is obviously just a floppy bit of canvas. So yeah, not quite sure how I'm gonna go about that, I must say. See, there's a line there. Can you just see that? You see, I do struggle. My vision can go in and out, and I get obviously the flashes, and funny enough, I can see shadows moving about, which can be slightly disconcerting. But yeah, I just have to remind myself it's a migraine when I get any of the really super odd stuff going on. So there's another bit of 9 there. The one thing about painting by numbers is you can't just sit and do loads of it. You've got to just be patient, do a bit and let it dry. That is the key. There's no other way of doing it. You just end up, I have tried pushing my luck before, and of course I just end up with smudged paint all over the place and just end up making a right old mess. This feels quite thick, this paint, actually. I must say it does feel quite thick, like maybe I could have done with adding a tiny bit more water, but it's not too bad. I mean, some people won't ever obviously add water, but horses for courses. Everybody can do their own thing, of course. So number 9, I've just seen a number 9 here. There's a little bit of a number 9 there. Tiny, tiny, tiny. A little bit there. You can get lots of really cheap paint by numbers, so if this is something that you fancy trying. Some of them don't seem to, some of them I don't know, they don't have a very good perspective on them. You look at them and it looks all a bit wonky. But you can, if you shop about, you can get some super cheap ones. Like this was, gosh, I think this was about a £5. It wasn't very much at all. That's a number 9 there. So yeah, and they're just really nice to do. I've got quite a few hobbies to do. Actually, I've got a ship to build that I've had for over a year. I've got some bead making for bracelets. I'm quite excited to try that. I've just bought off Temu, I think that's how you say it, a really lovely cross stitch. Now I've not done any cross stitching for years, so we'll have a go at that at some point, but I kind of don't want to start loads and loads of stuff. I have them all sort of half started. I've started a doll's house as well. So somebody was trying to get rid of it on Facebook, literally giving it away because her child had drawn all over it, and it's wooden and she didn't want to just throw it away. So I said, well, look, I'll have it and try and do something with it. So I've decided that, sanding it down is not going to be an option. It's too much of a mess. So I've started painting it. It's had one coat, but gosh, it was really heavy work to get into all the nooks and crannies, and didn't realise it was going to be such a big job. So yeah, I've started that as well. I will do a video of it as I get to the end. I'll buy some new furniture for it again, which I might paint, maybe make some little cushions and stuff. And of course I've got I've got another little house that came as a pack, and I've started it, and it's got a lot of really bad reviews. And do you know what, I'm so stubborn, and I thought, oh, that'd be a nice challenge, but it's so challenging. I'm almost thinking of just knocking it on the head and not finishing it. But then I kind of really want to finish it because I think it would be ace, but I'm just not even sure if the lights are going to work. And it's definitely not going as well as planned. Even right at the beginning, the swimming pool, I accidentally cut it wrong, and I ended up with 2 bits of the pool, what's supposed to be the water. But yeah, I need to get that on as well. That's been sat here for quite some time. And the thing is it's really, really nice just to have some time to yourself, a bit of downtime, a bit of relaxation time. I don't know if I've come off. I have come off, haven't I? Oh no, I haven't. Yeah, just some downtime to do your own thing. I think it's really important for mental health. My mental health is not great. And so yeah, doing happy things in a safe space, I think, is really important. And if you don't have a steady hand for something like this, it's nice for you to be able to come in. This is a totally safe space. I won't have anybody, and anything negative will just get deleted. So total safe space, which I think is really important. I'm just going to move that water over because I am really quite a clumsy person. and I don't want to end up spilling it all over the place, because knowing me, that's exactly what I will end up doing. So this 9, of course, I'm going to end up going over this 9 to get to that 9. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just have that patience that I said about, which is really difficult because I don't have a lot, to be honest with you. And then I'll do that bit. I had to do that with the black as well. I had to just do a little section and just leave it to dry, because otherwise you, like I say, you just end up with it being smudged, and it's not, you know, I mean, you can rectify it, but it's not ideal. It's not ideal. This paint is actually just feel really quite, I'm just going to put a bit more water in it, you know. I really am. Just feels really claggy. So if I've got any paint left over as well, I tend to put it back in the pot, because I so closely ran out of paints before on the last Paint by Numbers. But gosh, it turned out so lovely. But yeah, I think because I had such a long gap as well, as they were trying to dry up. So yeah, any paint that I have left over, I just stick it back in the pot just in case I need it. So some of this isn't as neat as I would have liked, really, but never mind, never mind. Like I said, I just get days where I can't see terribly well. So just finish this little bit. I did a cracking video a few days ago, and by the time I'd sort of listened to Google and changed it about and uploaded it, it was just really tiny. I don't know what I'd done. So my son says just don't touch nothing and make sure you upload it as not a short. So yeah, that's the plan anyway. But the other thing that I'm terrible at as well is sitting here chatting away, which I do a lot anyway because my dog's blind, so she needs that sort of stimulus of me talking all the time, and I can do that, and then of course I've forgotten to even put the video on. So yeah, I'm a bit of a goon like that sometimes, but never mind, somebody has to be. Better me than somebody else. So I'm just going to run out that paint on there. Look, these are really cheap brushes. I bought some really expensive ones for the last one, and for the life of me I don't know where they are. And it really makes a difference to have these are terrible. These are what come with it. Yeah, not impressed, but I'm loath to buy some more, so I know what will happen. I'll buy them, and then they'll turn up, the ones I already had. So yeah, I've got some clay as well, and that's been sat there for a long time, so it'd be nice to get that clay. We could make a little pixie house, something like that. I did a pixie house before and my sister absolutely fell in love with it. I did it with a cockle jar and put some lights in it, and it really did look really very sweet, very nice. And my sister loved it, so I gave it to her for Christmas. I did some quilting as well. I made a nice little blanket, and my other sister had that for Christmas. It's nice to give stuff that you've made. So I can't see any other 9, not in this sort of vicinity. Just have another quick, oh, there's a bit there. There's a bit there. You can probably hear my dog in the background. She makes out like she can't get up on the sofa. She's got really weak back legs, but she just wants me to lift her up everywhere, and I just, And she won't walk when we're out. She goes on the pushchair and she just likes to just stand there and do absolutely nothing. So I do like her to try and do a few things for herself. She's very sort of elderly and doddery now, but she's happy enough. Very sweet, sweet, lovely little girl she is. Right, so that is all of the 9s in this. Oh, there's one there, but you see, if I start doing that, I'm going to be going over this bit of blue, which I'm not going to do, because that is not helpful at all. Oh, there's a 9 here, look, we could do just that little bit here. I find there's a lot of texture on this one as well, which makes painting it a little bit more difficult. I don't know. Maybe though in the end with the sort of the canvas marks it'll look nicer. I wouldn't mind doing like an oil painting, painting by numbers, and I do believe you can get them. They look really vivid and sort of vibrant colours, so you know, maybe that will be the next one. Having said that, I've bought another one, paint by numbers. I can't remember what was on it though. So yeah, I'll have to dig that out after this one. Like, it's no good. I can't keep buying stuff and then not getting on with it. I think sometimes we like the idea of doing something and then life gets in the way. So because I'm over here and my dog knows I'm over here doing something, she's licking her paws. She mithers with her paws a lot. And she knows I tell her off for it because she makes them sore. So I can hear her licking her paws. So she's been a bit of a tinker. She does it when she thinks I can't tell her off. Oh, I will have to stop her if she doesn't stop in a minute. Millie, no. No, you leave your feet alone, good girl. Don't need to get down. Yeah, she's got like little white paws. And yeah, it didn't take long for her to make them sore if I leave her. And I think some of it might be stimulus because she's blind. So yeah, I just got to watch her a little bit. Alright, so, oh, there's another 9 there, but I'm starting to come down. I could do that bit, couldn't I? Could do that bit. Since I got all this blue here, this is a big old bit, isn't it? That's it, just come in there. Do you know what? This blue doesn't feel very nice to paint with. Some of them paint nicer than others. I suppose it must be to do with what's created the pigment, I suppose, what they've used to. But I'm quite excited to see this one finished. I've got the picture of it here somewhere. Yeah, so it's going to be an eye, you know, really brightly coloured eye. So I'm hoping it looks, you know, pretty good once I finished it. Hopefully, anyway. So that 9 comes up here by the looks of it. It can be a bit tricky to follow sometimes. It's quite easy to get a tad bit confused. This paintbrush is worse because I left it in the water. I can't believe I did that. That was really, really silly of me. But it's definitely not painting as well. I think I might get myself a couple of expensive paintbrushes again. It does make a difference when you know, especially when you're doing like little diddly bits like this. And you want to stay in the lines as best as possible. This is a bit raggedy on the end now. My dog's just jumped up onto the other sofa. Oh no, she's trying to. She'll make a bit of a show in the hope that I'll go and pick her up. But like I said, I like her to try and use her muscles a little bit. Because if you don't use them, then you're going to lose them. You'll probably hear her make some little grizzling sounds in a minute to let me know that she's struggling. But it's quite a low sofa, so she can do it. But oh gosh, she is a lazy little munchkin. She sleeps next to me in the bed, and she just loves being in bed with me. She stretches her little feet out and puts her feet on me so she can feel me, and then she sort of, when she turns around, she move over and she puts her dear little nose on me. It's absolutely fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And yeah, and you just know she's a Staffy cross, so she does the Staffy smile when she's happy, and it's just adorable. I'm sure you can probably tell she's an absolute love of my life. She's end of life now, so I'm spending as much time as I possibly can with her. Because gosh, I'm going to miss her when she's not here, that's for sure. But hopefully she'll see the summer, because she does love wandering around in the garden. She's got a little bit of dementia now as well, so she sort of gets a bit confused, which is a shame. There's another little 9 there, look. I tell you what I did as well on the last paint by numbers is I'd turn the canvas round, so to make it easier to paint down the lines, but this is just a bit too big to do that with, really. I'm not sure that would be very constructive. Right, so there's another 9 there. Gosh, the more you look, the more you I can't see what I'm doing because of the shadow. I'm watching on Disney Plus at the moment. I'm watching Last Man on Earth. I don't know if any of you've seen it, but it's actually quite good. I won't obviously give you any spoilers in case you haven't seen as far as I have. But yeah, really good series if you're sort of a bit stuck and not sure what to watch. Yeah, one of the best series I've watched for a long time. Don't think there's a lot of good stuff out there anymore. They're making the stuff too quick, I think, without a lot of thought in it. I don't know, that's how it feels anyway, but maybe I don't know, maybe I'm just too fussy. Right, so I'm going to call it at that. I don't have a huge amount of storage in my phone, so I think we'll call it at that. It needs to dry now anyway, and I'm just going to put whatever I possibly can back in this pot. Look, let's put that in the water. Don't know if I can get anything. Oh yeah, I can. There's a little bit. I know it's not a lot, but if you do that every time, it makes a difference, you know. What I mustn't do is leave my paintbrushes in the paint pot this time, in the water pot, sorry, because that's not done them a lot of good, and they're already cheap little ones anyway, without making things worse. Right, so if you've been in and had a look at my video, please do like and subscribe. As you can see, it's a very young account, and I hope you have a great day. I hope that wherever you are, the sun is shining for you, as it has been for me today. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Take care.